When Amanda posted that picture, she thought it would make her look powerful. She was sitting on a restaurant patio, leaning close to her coworker Jason with the caption, "My real partner." The likes rolled in from her friends and coworkers as if she had just made a bold declaration of independence. But I saw it too, and for me it was not a statement, it was a confession. Amanda had forgotten one simple fact about the internet: once you post something, it lives forever. I stared at the photo on my phone, trying to make sense of the woman I thought I knew. The smile she gave Jason was not the smile I had seen in years. It was brighter, sharper, filled with something I no longer recognized. At first I felt anger rise inside me, but anger quickly turned into clarity. I saved the post, screenshotted the comments, and began to build the evidence that she had handed me on a silver platter. Amanda came home later that night, pretending nothing had happened. She kissed me on the cheek and asked how my day was, as if the world had not shifted completely. I stayed calm, not saying a word about the post, because silence was my advantage. The next morning, I called my attorney and explained everything. Within days, divorce papers were drawn up and waiting in a folder on my desk. Amanda had given me all I needed, and she had no idea what was about to happen. But that was not the end of it, because Jason was not just a casual acquaintance, he was her colleague. And Amanda had made the mistake of calling him her real partner publicly while still married. That crossed more than one line, and I knew exactly who needed to see it. I forwarded the screenshots to the HR department of their company, along with a professional note. Within hours, I received confirmation that an internal investigation had begun. While Amanda thought her world was steady, the walls were already closing in around her. A week later, I handed her the divorce papers across the kitchen table. Her face drained of color as she flipped through the pages, realizing this was real and final. She tried to argue that the post meant nothing, that it was just a joke between friends. But I pushed the folder of evidence toward her and told her the judge would decide if it was a joke. The silence that followed was heavier than any argument we had ever had. Days later, the HR office called her in, and the truth unraveled quickly. Her relationship with Jason violated company policy, and the post had made it undeniable. Jason was transferred, Amanda was written up, and her reputation within the company was shattered. The same people who had liked her post now whispered behind her back. I moved out quietly, taking only what was mine, leaving her to sit in the house she had once bragged about online. She tried to reach me through messages, calls, and emails, but I ignored them all. My path was clear, and hers was broken by her own choices. Friends who once admired her began to distance themselves as the story spread. Amanda had wanted attention, she had wanted to show the world her real partner. But instead, she had handed me the key to my freedom and destroyed her own standing at the same time. When the divorce was finalized, I walked out of the courthouse feeling lighter than I had in years. Amanda left with her head down, no post, no caption, no audience to cheer her on. She had thought the internet would celebrate her, but instead it exposed her. And I realized that sometimes you do not need revenge, you only need patience. Because when someone shows the world who they really are, you simply let the world see it. And that is exactly how her post backfired, turning into the spark that burned everything she tried to protect.